right, welcome everyone to the virtual college exploration for all North Carolina and South Carolina students. This is sponsored by the Carolinas Association of Collegiate Registrars and Admissions Officers and StriveScan. So thank you for joining us. Just a few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenter at any time during the presentation. Your camera and microphone off. Panelists cannot see or hear you. This is just one of the many different sessions happening, so be sure to check out the full schedule at CACRAO.org. And this presentation is being recorded and will be available within about a week at that same website, CACRAO.org. And now I'm going to turn it over to our presenter. Let me just get the screen situated here.
Perfect. Thank you so much. My name is Sarah Hughes. I am actually a national recruiter with Liberty University. So basically my job is just to go around to high schools, colleges, college fairs to talk to students just like you about Liberty and what we have to offer specifically. So I'm going to go ahead and actually just share a brief presentation I have about our school. And then if you have any questions, just feel free again to use that Q&A button, and I'd be happy to answer any questions for you. I'm going to go ahead and get started on my end. Just give me one moment. Perfect. So just a little bit about Liberty University. We are actually one of the world's largest Christian universities in the world. So our ultimate mission is to train champions for Christ. So through all the various degrees that we offer, they're going to be taught directly from a biblical perspective. Really, our goal there is to ensure that you are equipped with the necessary skills and knowledge to go into your career field and just utilize those skills. Now, Liberty is made up of several different schools and colleges, as you can see on the left-hand side. What's great is our top 4 degree programs that we offer at Liberty are going to be our aviation program, our nursing program, as well as our School of Business. And then the last one is our engineering program. So as you can see, though, we offer so many more degrees. Other than that, we have an excellent health sciences program, as well as a School of Law and a School of Music. So really, we offer over 200 programs of study, depending on what you're looking for. Now, what I like about Liberty is we have about a population of about 16,000 students. However, we do have a student-to-professor ratio that is a 21-to-1. Basically, we want to ensure that like your major courses are going to be smaller. That way you can really interact with your peers as well as your professor. So you do have the smaller class sizes when it comes to your major. So again, it's going to be like your education courses or your engineering courses, whatever is specific to that. And then outside of that, we do make sure that our professors are available for 10 office hours every single week, so that, you know, if it's too intimidating for you to obviously ask questions in the classroom or you don't have that time, you have the ability to meet with them one-on-one directly after class. And in addition to that, we also offer a variety of different study abroad programs. So if that's something that you're really passionate about, we basically connect you with an organization. And with that organization, we've been connected with places in Italy, Japan, England, Australia, Brazil. So we've been to a lot of different places. And ultimately, we want you to be able to obviously get that cultural experience, but we also ensure that the classes you're taking while you're there correlate directly with your degree. So that's a huge benefit as well. Now, in addition to that, we are an NCAA Division I school. We offer 20 sports at that level. So we'll have your typical football, basketball, baseball, soccer, swimming, track and field, things like that. But we also offer club sports and intramurals. So, you know, if you really love being an athlete, but you're not looking to be at that D1 commitment, we have this option for you as well. We have your typical, obviously, basketball, indoor soccer, flag football, things like that. But we also have other things like equestrian and esports, archery. So the possibilities are endless, and this is a really, really great way for you to get connected just with our student body and kind of meet other students. Now for our dining and retail locations, you'll actually be able to see there are going to be some locations that you are familiar with, like Dunkin' Donuts, Chick-fil-A, Baskin Robbins, Starbucks. We also provide other places too, like Sub Connection is going to be our own version of Subway. We also have a Hey Cow, which is our own spin on Five Guys. And what's nice is all of these dining locations that you see here are in conjunction to our dining hall. So actually, with that in mind, what's great is, you have the ability to obviously use our dining hall, but not only that, these places are all going to be within, proximity of all of your classes. So that's going to be really helpful. To the very right of the screen, you'll be able to see some of our housing options. And with that, what's nice is this is actually our brand new style of living, which is our residential comment. This is our hotel style of living. So basically with this, what's nice is you have an elevator that takes you to your floor. And with that in mind, you have basically it's called a common area where you're able to hang out, study, play games, whatever. And then on each wing, one is for the guys and one is for the girls. And this is going to be the only place on campus that offers male and female in the same housing. So that's our first option. Our second option is our apartment style of living, which is our just East Campus. So if you're more introverted, you're not looking to be on a hall full of people, this is going to be the better fit for you. So the way we kind of do that is we give you an apartment that you share the space with 6 other people. And with that in mind, you get a full kitchen, dining area, living room, and this is the only place that has free laundry. In the apartment, there's going to be 3 rooms, and with the 3 rooms, what's nice is there's going to be 2 two-person rooms and then 1 3-person room. The last style of living that we offer is just our traditional. We have several different places on campus that accommodate this style. Really, if you're extroverted, you're looking to meet a lot of people, this is going to be the style for you. You get to choose to share the room with either 1 or 2 other people. In that room, you have a sink, and then on each hall, there's going to be 2 bathrooms on either end with several stalls and showers for you to utilize. So this style really kind of forces you to go out of your room, obviously to use the restroom. And what's cool is a lot of times on this style, a lot of people have their doors open for you to meet and greet, say hey. So again, this style is very community based. So really kind of depending on what you are looking for, as far as obviously like your living preferences, these are also priced at different like price points. So depending on obviously your preferences, your affordability, you have the option to choose what's going to be the best fit. And what's great is we actually give freshmen first pick for housing. All right, and I see here, let's see, can transfer students from junior college boards as well as if the grades are good? Yes, great question. So basically, with that question, you are still able to participate in sports. All that we ask is for you to kind of go through the same process as far as making sure that you are completing your NCAA application, as well as getting in touch with like our coaches so that they can look at like your past, like basically like your stats and things like that, so they can take a look at you. And yes, we also do look at your grades for sports, again, since you are a Division I athlete. Great question. All right, I'm gonna actually move to the next slide here. At Liberty, we have a lot of different activities for you to actually be involved with. So one of the coolest things that we offer is actually our Snowflex. This is actually where you're able to go skiing, snowboarding, tubing, 24/7, whenever you want. We also host events like Coffee House. We host that specifically twice a year, once in during Christmas time, and then the second time is usually in the spring. That one's themed. Our last one was like a Disney theme. It's a huge student-run production. There's about 10 to 12,000 people in attendance. It's one of our greatest traditions at Liberty. And then, of course, we host an event called Convocation, and we have that weekly. And so basically, that is a time for us to come together every Wednesday and Friday, a time for worship. We also bring in a big speaker as well. So a lot of people ask like, okay, like, is this chapel? Is it like a church service? And it's not. So actually what we do is we basically bring these people in. Like we've had Steve Forbes, Sean Lowe from The Bachelor. We've had Simone Biles and Steph Curry, Brett Favre. So we've had a lot of different types of people, and our main agenda for that is so that our students have a true understanding of what's going on in the world, and they're able to hear that firsthand from the speaker. For me, as a previous student at Liberty, it was one of my favorite aspects about attending the school, was just getting the opportunity to kind of hear like the speakers and like what they had to say. For our admissions process, we've made it extremely easy for our students. Obviously, this is going to be a look at like what a high school student would enter in with. Being a transfer student, we would not require, obviously, your test scores from the SAT or ACT. All we require are just like your high school transcripts and then your community college transcripts and then an essay. And once we do receive that, we're able to obviously evaluate that and see what transfers in. What's excellent is we actually have really strong partnerships with North Carolina community colleges. So because of that, most or all of your credits will actually transfer into one of our degree programs. Typically, they're like 120 credit hours. So if you're transferring in approximately like 60, obviously you would only have half of that degree to complete after that. With our like admissions process, we've made it super easy, again, just with our 4 simple steps. Even if you wanted to just, be living off of campus and not live on campus, you have that option as well to just be an off-campus student. So it's really kind of up to you, again, just on your preferences and like what you're looking to do. So basically, with these 4 steps, obviously our admissions team, they're extremely helpful, just making sure you get all of this completed, and they're really, really good at being thorough and just answering those questions that you have, especially as a transfer student. With our support departments, we have a variety of different ones that you'll probably use during your time at Liberty. So one of them being, actually one of our major ones being our CASAS department. They really focus on your academic success. So per se, you, let's say that you missed like a time in class because you were sick, and during that time they took an exam. This department specifically is going to help you make sure that you're able to retake that, and they're going to have you do it in their testing center. They also kind of help like with your degree completion plan. So especially as a transfer student, if you have questions about the way things transferred over, how long it's going to be to complete the rest of your degree, things like that, they're going to be there to help you. We provide you your own personal professional advisor that walks you through that process. We also have an excellent career center, and their goal obviously is to help you for the future and finding a job. Even as an alumni, they're still there to help you. So they put on really great workshops for like resume and cover letter building. And they also bring in like major corporations as well to meet with our students. So we have had individuals like from like Wells Fargo, BWXT, NASA, Chick-fil-A, Centra. So we've had a lot of different people kind of come in. That way you can network with them, obviously, and create a relationship with them, hopefully later on to get a job in their company. And then obviously we have a student health and wellness center that focuses on your physical, mental, and spiritual health. So again, all of these departments are fully available for you during your time at Liberty, and sooner or later you will definitely use at least one of them during your time. Now, obviously, I know financing is a huge component to kind of searching for scholarships and choosing a school. So for our academic scholarship for transfer students, again, we don't require the test scores. Mainly, we're just going to look at your community college GPA coming in, and then we'll automatically give you a scholarship based on where you're at. What's excellent is y'all being, obviously out of state, us being in Virginia, we do not have any out-of-state tuition or cost, so it's going to be the same for all students. We've made it that way so that, we make it pretty affordable for a private institution, as 96% of our students do receive financial aid. So anything even outside of Liberty that you are awarded, we will accept that as well. So just make sure that you are doing your best to kind of search for those opportunities, especially as a transfer student. And obviously with kind of everything that I discussed, we would love for you to have the ability to come actually visit our campus. So the first event that I like to point out that we offer is our Experience LU. This is an opportunity for you actually to come to our campus, really experience Liberty as a student. So you're able to really just get like a full tour of like all of our academic buildings, our housing options, some of our athletic facilities. That way you can kind of get an understanding of where things are at on campus and things of that nature. This event is hosted every Monday and Friday. It's a completely free event. Our second event that I like to point out is our College for a Weekend. This really has you step outside being just a community college student. We really want you to be able to see what it is like being in the shoes of a Liberty student. So this gives you the ability to sit in the classes, stay in the dorms, try the food, attend the sporting events or some of our concerts. That way you can really decide overall if this is going to be the best fit for you, and if you could see, you know, the next 2 years of your education being spent at our school. Our next CFA date is actually coming up. It's November the 13th. At the moment, we are not allowing students to stay in the dorms for health reasons. So the event is completely free. You have the ability to just drive up for a day, just to really get to sit in some of the classes and meet the professors, things like that. I highly recommend for you to do so. But if not, we do have dates in the spring semester in both February and April. At the moment, we have not closed the dorms off just yet. So we're hoping that, you know, we're able to keep it that way so you have the opportunity to do so. Then the last thing I just wanted to add is just my contact information. If you have any questions, obviously, that you are able to ask, definitely feel free to reach out to me via email. Obviously, as transfer students, you know, either looking to transfer now or after your degree, you have the opportunity to start your application process with Liberty now. So typically our applications are $50. However, because you attended my event, I wanted to go ahead and provide you with the link to a free application. So all you have to do is just go on your cell phone, open a text message and text SP to the number 49596. What it'll do is you will text that, it will text you back with that link. This link is good for today, tomorrow, next semester, next year. It doesn't expire. But make sure you go ahead and save this link, as it will serve obviously a purpose for getting you that free application. You can also use your smartphone, scan this QR code with your camera. It'll take you directly just to a link. If you just want to request information just to get connected with us, you can do that as well. But other than that, that's actually all I have for you today. Did you have any other questions I can answer for you? All right, perfect. I'm not seeing any questions in the QA box, but thank you so much for your time as well as for joining. I really appreciate it.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback you can provide. Also, this is just one of the many sessions being hosted. So be sure to sign up for additional sessions at CACRAO.org, and that is CACRAO. In about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all of the other session recordings at CACRAO.org. So thank you guys so much, and thank you, Sarah.
Thank you.